Welcome to Morton National Park. This one's a new one for me personally. I've never been here and I've only heard great things. Today we've got a short walk, but the elevation is considerable. We're heading up to a place called the Castle, and from there we'll be heading down to Kuyoyo Creek campsite. It's my first hike since the uni semester ended, and it's gonna be a wonderful one. All right, time to start the climb up to the castle. We're only 1.5 k's in. We've done about 125 meters of elevation, and yet we haven't even reached the base of the castle, which we are still yet to climb today. On the upside, we're going to be dropping our packs before we actually get to the summit of it, but it's really hot for almost winter. It's really nice to be back out on the trail. I've missed doing a lot of these campouts and pushing myself to my limits, doing challenging walks with my friends. Only about 2 k's till we reach the bottom of the castle, which is where the climbing's really gonna get serious. I did a bit of scouting about the trail conditions, and there is supposed to be some considerable rock scrambling involved to get up. Got a big bag of trail mix, got all sorts of things in here. We've got maple and honey cashews, smoked almonds, it's a great combo. Peanuts, M&Ms, you name it, it's in here. And we are so excited to just tear into this thing. Wow, just wow, that is spectacular. After reviewing my map, we're not even halfway in the elevation actually. We've done half the distance, but it was a false peak that we were looking at, and we've got a lot more to go. We're now in a race against time to beat the elevation in the distance before the sun goes down. Because we're all pretty keen to try and catch a sunset up at the castle. The sun is starting to come out, it's clearing up beautifully, and we don't want to miss it. We're going to try and beat the sunset to the campsite because the castle is unreachable by that point. The sun is no longer fully reflecting on that face, which means we are almost out of time. But we've got 50 meters of elevation gain to go to reach the saddle of the castle, and from there it's all downhill to our campsite. And oh my goodness, tonight's feast, it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a great one. Oh my God. This campsite is about to be amazing. I think, as far as what's on the channel, this is the hardest hike I've ever done. And we're not even onto the second day. Realistically, To keep this fun and enjoyable for everyone, we're gonna take tomorrow pretty easy. We're gonna keep our campsite at this one for tomorrow and see some of the sights in the area. It's still gonna be challenging getting up to the castle and doing some of the other stuff around here, but God, that climb, it takes it out of you. Made it to the campsite. Tons of areas to chuck a tent down. We're currently gonna scout the next one. Cameron's a little further back on the trail and Jaden's waiting for him. But I've had reception, I'm able to communicate with Cameron, make sure he's all good. Goodness me. Have a look at this. Oh my God.
I'm shaking right now.
At the price of enjoying this lovely view, I've now got to make it back to the camp in the dark and begin getting a fire ready because we need some coals. We're roasting potatoes and a big chunk of beef rump. We've also got to set up the tent, but we'll figure it out. We've all got fully charged torches, so should be all right.
Okay, Cameron, prepare yourself. My beer. Put your Crocs on. Yeah? No, I didn't bring up the car. I made one. I made one. Oh, shit.
Bro.
I would say put your feet.
So here we've got our beef rump. We're very excited, and that is just gonna get snug in the fire. I'll have to push it in deeper, but we'll keep it snug, and that's gonna cook for about an hour and get nice, very nice. So it has been an hour, and we think that the rump is done. Fresh, nice rump. We are excited, and we're hoping it's done. Otherwise, we don't know what we're going to do because the tinfoil is trashed afterwards.
No, dude, that's what the Patreon.
Oh!
Legend. Pop it down there.
Look at that. That's got a bit of sear on it too.
Oh my God, I'm excited.
It's a tiny bit of coal, but
That's what we want. That's flavour. Oh, is that actually?
ooh,
That is quite nice, I have to say.
is that raw in the middle? Do you think?
No, that's fine, don't worry.
That's like a
No, I think it's
Beef Wellington.
to medium rare.
Look how hot that is. It's steaming. That is a winner. That one will be happening again. That is a cracker. Potatoes are cooking. We've got cheese, sauce, and a new addition to the usual combo, Italian herb seasoning. I think it's gonna be great. We're really excited to get these in, and then have some sweet treats and probably head to bed because it's an early morning tomorrow if we want to get the sunrise. Gonna be up at 5:45, 6ish. So yeah. So we've all woken up. It's about just before 6 o'clock. Got to get a move on because there's a little bit of orange on the horizon over there, and we probably got a 45-minute walk ahead of us. So let's hope we don't miss it. This is a pretty difficult walk to attempt just when you wake up. Alright. No assistance. They don't install or maintain the ropes. The climb's almost done. We just need to get up there. Hey. What are you gonna do?
I just throw my Crocs down. Take my shoe socks.
This big pile of rocks here is the logbook. It is the way you mark that you've climbed the castle. And so I'm gonna go right there. We enjoyed that absolutely glorious view, and now it's time to head back to camp, get the campfire roaring again, because we're going to be doing bacon. I normally take a pan when I'm doing bacon, but the only meal that we're going to cook this camping trip that requires a pan would be the bacon. So I figured I'm just going to try and do it with tin foil, see if it works. We've collected a bit of firewood, but first we're gonna go to the creek, which is near camp, and see if it's any good. We'll probably have a swim because we're all really sweaty, and then get the fire started so we can dry off and cook our breakfast. Headed down to the creek now. Time to refill our water for the day. And yeah, have a swim too while we're at it. This is our first time seeing the view in daylight, and it's pretty good. Have a look at how beautiful that is. Wow. Oh, flush. Two filters at once, double power. This water's gonna be filtered in no time. Have a look. No pan this trip, so we're just gonna hope this works. Jack that down. Alright. Oh yeah. Sounds alright. Bacon's actually doing alright here. Getting some nice crispy pieces. Look at that. Bacon, bit of cheese, bit of sauce. Always goes so good. None of what we did today was really planned, which is alright. You got days like this when you go hiking where you've got a route in mind, and the first day it's much harder than you expected. And so instead you need to take the next day to just rest and enjoy. And we've really been appreciating it. We got quite lucky with the weather on this trip. It was forecast to rain basically everywhere else, but here's remained quite dry. We were planning on doing a sunset walk, maybe up to the ridge line and then cook dinner up there, but the clouds are moving in.
Down?
Right back down, yeah.
Back at the range.
Okay.
You went off?
Yeah. Right. And I'll have to pull this taut. So we've collected a good amount of firewood before it gets dark. We think it'll be nice to just take a walk up to the top of the saddle and maybe find a good spot to just kick back, view the sunset, and then when we come back, we're cooking frankfurts for dinner, which is exciting. Wow. The concept behind this is I'm gonna dig a hole, put my yeast in, add a bit of water, and wait till the yeast bubbles. And when it bubbles, I can start adding water and mixing, I think, in theory. And then we're just gonna let it proof overnight. Tomorrow morning, should have bread. So, it didn't really bubble like it's meant to, but whatever, should be fine. We'll just start mixing. Alright, franks have been chucked in. They only need about 4 minutes and then they'll be ready to go. We've got a few more buns and we'll sauce them up and that'll be yum. We are ready to go to sleep. Gonna be waking up at 7ish tomorrow. Gonna filter some water. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Morning everyone. It's a bit of a rainy one today. Here's the bread dough from yesterday. Certainly rose. So the dough isn't exactly doughy. It's a little too sticky. I must have added too much water, but it did rise. So the theory does work. Well, the bread actually did go alright. We're gonna see how this goes. So here's the bread. Gonna take a bite. Wow. Wow, that went much better than I thought. Here we go. My beans and my bread ready. This is nice and toasted, crispy. These are pizza flavored beans. Let's give them a try. It's an interesting flavor, but it's not that bad. Yeah, it's pretty yum. Alright, so we're all packed up. We're getting ready to hit the trail. Today we're just going back back down the mountain. that was a very difficult start to the trail today. That incline is killer, and figured it would be easier given we did nothing but that yesterday, but no, that was tough. Whew. We've made it to the saddle, and now all we've got to do is go down there. Hello. Oh. Hey! Woo, that is chilly.
They ride just adding 996 and then
Oh, back down the chains. What a crazy view to climb down. This is gorgeous. We've made it back to the Prius. Hooray. So we're back at the car now. We've de-leached ourselves and de-ticked Jaden. He had a big one on his back. But yeah, we're gonna hop in the car and go check out the other campsite. And to be honest, we made better time than we thought we did. And so if we get to the campsite and it's pretty busy and the weather's kind of average, we might just drive home tonight and camp in Ash's backyard to at least enjoy the last bit of stuff that we have. We're just gonna go check that out now, and as well, have a swim in the river. It'll be lovely.
oh my god.
So, there's a couple people at the campsite. I think we might just actually drive home and camp in Ash's backyard. But yeah, this is a really fun one. This is a beautiful national park, and we're definitely going to come back sometime to see the rest of it, because now that we understand the difficulty, we can pack accordingly. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this one. Next one should be heading into the Blue Mountains again and doing a bit of fishing this time. We'll see if that ends up being the case. But yeah, see you guys in the next one.
Are we steaming?